Hey guys, it's Simon with ToughTrader.com and Trade and Perform Coaching. Wanted to do a quick trade review. Really not even a trade review. What I wanted to show people is two things. You know, the market was pretty challenging today. It's pretty frustrating when the market opens up. It doesn't give you a lot of opportunity to go in, to get in, right? And then the rotation completely collapses. And there's, you know, the hard thing about day traders, everyone says, look, don't overtrade, don't, know where your spots are. But how do you know what looks good and what doesn't look good? So let me see if I can help with a little bit. Before I do that, I just have to throw up this disclaimer. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and this is for educational purposes only. I'm sharing my trade plan in hopes that it will help you become a better trader. So a couple of things. We ended up with effectively a delayed open drive higher on ES, right? Well, people have been getting excited about it because the open drives higher have really been driving up significantly, 10 and 20 point rotations, right? And you can see one of the questions I'm always asking is, well, what are my opponents, meaning the persons on the other side of my trade, what are they thinking, and and what do I need to do to position myself, right? So one of the things I do to keep myself safe, right, is I constantly ask myself, what are my opponents doing and where are they wrong, right? So one of the places you'll notice, so let's go to the video really quick and see if I can back this up. So when we start the day off, right, I want to bring this all the way back into the room real time, right? So we open up. Notice one of the filters I use is, are we above or below the opening print out of the gate? So there's not much for me to do. I have overnight resistance right above. You'll see NQ rejected right out of that. ES hasn't made it to its overnight resistance. But we also haven't filled the gap, and we don't have an open drive lower. So I'm on neutral, I'm on hold, and if anything, I'm caught between two key support resistance points on NQ. And watch how that plays out, right? What I like is my key resistance points to be nice and spread out, not right on top of each other. So that's another clue for me just to do less. So watch, we open, and the next thing you notice within the 10 minutes, NQ is fired right up into its overnight resistance. ES has as well, but they're both above the opening print. Stay neutral, no big deal, right? Watch it roll up. Now, see how the overnight resistance held, and they paused. What did we do? We paused. I have no idea what's going on with that video there. We paused, right? And then we continued to Globex high, right? Now, immediately what I'm thinking is, this is open drive higher. I want to grab the backside test of overnight resistance in both NQ and ES for a push higher, right? And you're going to see in a second, I'm going to draw the 50-60 retraces here. Let me fast forward over to that. There you go. So see right here, I've already drawn up where I want to take my trade, either at the key overnight resistance or back at the 50-60, and or both, right? I just don't want the test of the overnight resistance to get behind the 50-60 retrace in ES. And same thing with NQ. I don't want to close behind. Now, here comes the test. There's the entry right there. See that? Pushes right to the overnight trade location. Overnight trade location. It's going to give you a pop to the upside, right? Now, what's the problem with this? Well, some traders want bigger trade rotations, right? Some people aren't comfortable, myself included, in taking a 2-point counter rotation, right? And then what's the very next thing you want to see if you take this trade? Well, I want to see an immediate break of the high, right? We're right at the end of the first hour. I want to see the break of the IB high. So remember, when you take the 50-60 prior to the break of the IB high, you're in danger of sweeping. Now watch what the market does. Push through over here, right? Now notice the nice rotation we've had over here. I had several people catch 5 to 6 points out of this location in the room, right, on NQ. You're up on the day. You've just gotten good trade location, right? You don't have to do anymore. Understand, this is already tested once. You avoided getting run over on the gap up, right? And you found a way to participate if we push higher, and you've scaled. Now, what do you want from here? You want a new high. Now, notice, we're trading sideways, sideways, sideways. Now, notice, since we've entered, it's been over an hour period of time, and we haven't broken IB high. That makes this 50-60 now even more dangerous. Even more importantly, NQ's tested twice, right? So watch as we push over here. So there's nothing for me to do is the answer besides scale and wish it really would have pushed. Now, when we push back into this 50-60, I got to tell you, a lot of people talk about the 50-60s. This is a huge warning sign for me. We were unable to break IB high. We pushed back into the 50-60 on ES. We've broken below overnight support, which we should not have done, right? So what are the people on the other side of my trade thinking? They're thinking long. They're accumulating, right, to have a similar chart like Friday where we broke up to the upside and they want it nice and tight. Well, if you bought in here thinking we're going to trend up, what are you going to be feeling when you get back here? I know if it's me, I'm going to feel like, uh-oh, I thought we were going to break the initial balance high, and now we haven't, and I need to consider getting out of my trade because I don't want to take a big loss. Remember, we're day traders. We are the ones that are the quickest to get out of our positions, right? So watch what happens. Push this forward. We come back for a backside test of Globex high, unable this time to get above Globex high or IB high. Now watch what happens. Notice how tick has been neutral to negative all morning over here. Now, no, I want to go back for just a second. Now look at that right there. See how all of a sudden the PA expanded? We've broken the last swing low. We're retesting the open print, but notice if you look over here at NQ, NQ is behind the opening print. It should have never gotten back into the white zone. Remember, we're starting the day off with, hey, it's going to be trend day up. Buyers are in control. NASDAQ looks strong. The Russell 2000 was hitting new highs this morning. YM was hitting new highs this morning. Why aren't these indexes following? There's a problem here, right? Notice tick is coming down. We're behind the opening print. We're behind the 50-60, and we're behind overnight support. Not a good sign, right? Still, you have the white zones underneath. So what do you look for naturally here? Well, I want to see if we get a negative 600 tick, and I want to see if we can push to a new, if that negative tick doesn't push us to a new low. And I already know right here on this push, see this push down right here? Negative 600 tick. I broke all my swing lows, right? See that over there to the left? I broke this swing low, and I'm now closing behind the lowest close of the opening 5-minute bar, right? And I'm behind on NQ as well. There's nothing for me to do yet, except what do I do now? Go to tick divergence. Rolling down. If I'm looking for a long, you're going to see it come in right here. Oh, I just pointed. See that right here? I'm just drawing out. Remember, this is a video in real time. These are new lows. Tick divergence into new lows, right? We're still above key support on ES, not on NQ. Now watch the response from both NQ and ES. Do a quick check of the other products. Now, here's the hindsight. Here it comes. Hindsight meaning the postscript, right? I pointed out in real time this is the tick divergence. Now, look at the response back up from 24.98 all the way to 25.01. Your rotation was from 25.04 down to 24.98, 6 points of rotation. Tick divergence, and both ES and NQ respond back up. And if you'll look into the end of the day, what does NQ do? Comes back up and rejects out of the white zone, right? ES pushes back to 25.03. There was a beautiful trade available to you. All you had to do is what? You had to ask what your opponents were doing, right? What they were expecting, trend day up, right? They consolidated. They wanted to see the move up from Friday, right? And now you've gotten tick divergence, which is giving you a beautiful 5-point trade to the upside, and you didn't have to short on any of that to make money, right? So at any rate, long story short, I don't short into late afternoon hours, and I don't short new all-time highs. I look for key long locations. That's how you find your long side trades, and I really would focus on looking for these tick divergences when they appear. The problem is our tick has been so neutral, we haven't had a good tick divergence show up in forever. Today it did, and when it finally did, it produced a 5-point counter rotation. So anyways, not a very exciting day and not a very exciting market. The goal is to do less. Remember the whole goal of being a day trader, right? Hold on to your profits, wait till the market gets good, then kill it, right? And in the meantime, have the discipline not to overtrade a choppy market. I stress that over and over and over again. A 2-point rotation is not a good market to be trading. 6 to 10 points, that's the sweet spot right now. Anyways, my name is Simon. I'm with Trade and Perform Coaching and ToughTrader.com. And come join us in the room. See what it's like to trade with a professional trader who has high odds, stays disciplined, right, and knows how to grow a trading account. Email me at tradeandperform@gmail.com. More than happy to give you a 5-day trial into the room while we finish off the touches on toughtrader.com. Hope everyone has a great night. And remember, 2 rules. Don't blow up. Don't draw down, right? Draw down a little bit. But overall, you should have winners. Drawing down, very, very bad. People think it's normal in day trading. It doesn't have to be that way. And I can't tell you the number of traders that I speak to that they just constantly draw down their accounts, and it's just a mental beating. And once you can get past that, once you learn that you don't have to draw down to be profitable, life changes substantially. Anyways, have a wonderful night, guys. I will talk to you all later.